Now, today we're going to be talking all about financing or getting funding or getting money to buy your real estate rental properties. See, now when you actually buy a property, you got to use your money or somebody else's money. My preferable way to actually invest in real estate is to use somebody else's money. And there's so many ways to do it. And also, something comes up all the time when I'm talking to new investors and even people who have a few properties. They're starting to think, you know what? I'm getting to my max at 4 mortgages. I can't get any more mortgages. I keep getting told I can't get more mortgages, so I'm capped at 4. All right, welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate rental properties. Now, let's talk about financing. Let's talk about funding for your rental properties. And more specifically, we're going to even dive into how do you get financing for more than 4 properties? I know so many people come to me and say, well, Dustin, I already have 3 loans. If I get a 4th one, how am I going to get a 5th one? How am I going to get a 6th one? I've done it before. I actually have 30 plus properties. I've had plenty of mortgages since then. I paid them off because I have plenty of income coming in. But right now, out of the 30 plus properties that I have, I only have mortgages on one house as an actual regular conventional loan. And then I have a bundle loan, which I'll get into in just a second. It's a commercial loan where 4 properties were all bundled together, and I pulled money out on every single one of them, the equity, and it's one loan. So it's another strategy which I'll talk to you about. It's a little more advanced, but we'll get there. Now, the one that is a cap that you're going to run into is 10 total properties. And this cap is over all the banks because of the IRS. The IRS says anybody can only have a total of 10 mortgages. Now, remember, that's not the 4 mortgages that we've all been told. We can only have 4 mortgages. You can actually have 10 mortgages. You can actually have 10 of them, and that's by the IRS. Any more than that, their IRS won't let you do that. But the trick is to find companies, banks that would actually lend more than 4 properties, which there are plenty of them out there. You just need to know how to find them. Now, before I jump into more about all these types of finance, let me just quickly jump through the different ways that you can get financing for more than just 4 properties. Well, there's Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Obviously, you got to find a bank that can actually facilitate that. There's also bundled loans, commercial loans, like I said. And the great thing about commercial loans is you start an LLC, you start a company, and then the mortgage is not in your personal name, but it's in the company's name. It's in the LLC's name, so your name is not on there. And it's a requirement because it's a commercial loan, which is fantastic. So bundled loans are fantastic. Portfolio loans are also really good loans that allow you to get properties under a mortgage that are more than 4 properties, getting up to 10 properties. Remember, the 10 is still the cap. That's just the way it is. And I'll give you a pro tip in just a second on how to get past the 10. I'll give you that too. It's a little sneaky. It's not really sneaky. It's actually, I'll get into it in just a second. So what you're going to use is a portfolio loan or a bundled loan. You can even get seller financing. That's a whole nother great option. I love buying properties with seller financing. Seller financing is fantastic. And basically what it comes down to is whoever owns the house is actually going to sell you the property, but they're going to be the bank. You're going to be paying them over time, just like a bank. They're going to get interest. They're going to have terms and everything like you would, just like with a mortgage, but they're going to make so much more money. There's a reason why banks are filthy rich and bankers are filthy rich is because that's where the money's at. If you lend money, you make so much more money. And so when you become an owner doing seller financing, you make a lot of money. And I actually have sold houses with seller financing. I love that because I don't have any headaches. I don't have any worries. I don't have any expenses. I just make money just like the bank would. 2 other ones that I want to give you are hard money loans. Now, hard money loans, a lot of people might think, oh man, hard money. Is that like Jimmy the Wolf? He's going to give me like $50,000 and then break my kneecaps if I don't pay him back and, take my kids away and all that. No, it's not like that. These are actually companies that are lending their own private money and putting a lien against the property. If you don't pay, they take the property away from you. So they make sure it's a good deal. That's one good thing about hard money is they know real estate businesses. They know, okay, you're going to do a rental property. Let's make sure you're going to make money. Let's make sure you're not going to do this wrong because they're insuring their investment and you are their investment. They're investing in you. Now that's tied down to the property because they could take that if you just stop paying them, But what happens is they're looking at you as being able to run the business well and then make their money back. Now, there's a lot of things about hard money. Check in the description. I have lots and lots of videos on financing and hard money. You definitely want to watch the hard money lending episode because there's so much information in there, points and fees and all that good stuff. The last one I want to give you is private money, or friends and family, people that you know. Now, here's what I did. When I got private money, I've got plenty of private money. In fact, I have so many people, because I'm an investor, because I have master passive income, I have so many people asking me, hey, Dustin, can I just give you my money and you can invest it for me? And almost 100% of the time, I'm like, no, I appreciate that. I invest my own money. I'll show you how to do it. And, I'll show you how to do it. You can invest your own money. That's just not for me. I'm not the type. I've done it in the past, and I didn't like it that much. I like helping people. And so this is where I invest my own money and I help other people invest their money. Now, with seller financing, though, as an investor, what I started doing is I started telling everybody, hey, my name's Dustin. I'm an investor. I invest in real estate. If you want to get started investing, lend me money and I will actually borrow it from you, pay you back with interest like you're the bank, and then secure it by obviously my credit, my personal loan, as well as it'll be secured by the property itself. And so I was telling everybody, so I had so many friends and family members, even just businesses that I would go and frequent, they were nice people. So they'd ask me, what do you do? And I'm a real estate investor. And eventually it would come up like, well, how do you do it? And well, can I give you some money to invest? That's the best thing about networking is, as an investor, you're going to get so many people wanting you to buy their house, want to rent the house from you, or give you money, or sell the house to you. All these sort of things about networking is the best thing you can do for financing. Because once you have a network of people around you, business just gets easier and easier. Trust me, I know at the beginning, I was keeping it a secret because I still had a job. My whole goal was to quit my job. But I still had a job. And even with that job, I was not telling anybody because I didn't want them to know my business and be like, hey, you're fired because you're doing something on the side, which they couldn't have done that, or I don't think they could have. Long story short, I kept it a secret for a very long time. It made my business so much harder than it possibly should have been. In fact, when I started telling more people about it, even people at my work, I had so many people asking me, how are you doing that? Or can I give you money to invest? And so I strongly suggest look for private money outside of yourself, outside of banks and institutions. Talk to people that you know. Just let them know that you're an investor. Now, let me give you a huge tip on how to get more than 4 mortgages. Now, here's the pro tip. You can only have 10 mortgages on your credit, on your social security number, basically on you. But if you have a partner or if you have a spouse, they can have 10 of their own. So like I would have 10 of my own. My wife would have 10 of her own. So we'd have 20 mortgages, but we obviously own them both. But what's great is we have 20 mortgages because they're backed by each other. I have 10, she has 10. So that's a huge way to do it. If you bring in other investors or other people into the business, now you have to structure it well. I definitely say talk to a lawyer on how to structure the business so you protect yourself. But you can effectively get more people in the business and get mortgages under them. Now, like I said, you definitely that's a more advanced strategy. If you're married, it's much easier, but it's an advanced strategy because you have to protect yourself from potentially somebody taking the property out from under you, which is what you don't want. But that's a great opportunity, is to utilize your credit and your spouse's credit. Track with me here. If I buy one rental property with a loan, that makes me $250 or more in passive income. That's after all the expenses of like the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, the property manager fees, the repairs, vacancy, all this sort of stuff. And we still make $250. So all of our expenses are paid. That's $250 a month with one property. Over the entire year, that's $3,000 in passive income from just one property. Now imagine if you had 10 properties. With 10 properties, you're actually going to have $2,500 or $2,500 a month in passive income. And each year, you're going to get $30,000 in passive income. Imagine if you had 20 properties, that's $60,000 a year in passive income. And what's great is you get all the, like I talked about earlier, you get equity, you get forced appreciation, you get market appreciation, you get depreciation, you get the tax benefits, you get the capital gains. All that sort of stuff is absolutely amazing in real estate. So that's what I'm telling you is as you're buying properties, you're getting assets. Now think of these properties and these loans as an asset. So it's going to take a little bit of work to get past that fear. If you have a fear of borrowing money, It's going to take a little bit of work to get past that. But once you do it once, and then you see that paycheck as like, $250 or $280 or $300 from that one property, like me, I got that first check and I said, how do I get more of these? I need more of these properties. And cue the private money, cue the hard money, the commercial loan, the bundle loans, the other ways to get money from other people. I had to use other people's money. I want you guys to think of financing or funding your properties as something that you need to figure out. As investors, we're problem solvers. We solve the problems that come up. There could be a problem come up where you can't get financing for a specific property. Well, that's too bad, but good. Let's move forward. Let's see how we can get financing for this property. All right, you guys are fantastic. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here on the Master Passive Income Show. I'll see you next week. Remember, get my free real estate investing course. It's in the description, masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Or you can text the word rental to 33777. You guys are fantastic. I will see you next time.